Good morning, good morning, good morning. My name is Sean Dex and I welcome you back to the Mango Grove for a daily analysis video. The sun is out, the sun is bright. Yet another beautiful day outside. I have my citrus soda in hand and we are ready for the charts to be scanned. Yo, we have Mango Research on the cryptocurrency trend analysis dashboard, and as you guys can see, everything is red. The trend is still down, the trend is still short, and I am still in my short trade. I will be updating you guys on that very soon. In fact, we have a lot of interesting things to talk about today, right? If you guys do remember, in yesterday's video we talked about how Bitcoin was giving mixed signals. By the way, if you haven't watched yesterday's video, I do recommend watching it regardless of whether price has been outdated or not, like price is updated rather, right? Please go ahead and watch that video anyways, because we talk about a lot of mindset techniques in there that are very important across all your trades, guys. So if you are serious about becoming a trader, there are little golden nuggets of information in there that I discuss in far more detail in the seed program. So if you are on the seed technical analysis program, you don't need to go ahead and watch it, but it will still be good to have live examples of how price is unfolding and how we talk about these little things. The reason I'm saying this today is because today's video is going to be an update on what we talked about yesterday in conjunction with further techniques. All right, so today's video is going to be very interesting. We have a few interesting things to talk about based on what price action did yesterday, okay? And it builds upon our mindset on yesterday's price action. So you're seeing how the story unfolds. So let's go ahead and quickly look at what's going on over here. As you guys can see, let's click on margin only to see what pairs are available on margin, and Bitcoin still down, sitting at 6,627. Okay, so last I checked the price, Bitcoin was already at 6,750. Seems to have taken a leg down. Yeah, and Link right over here, $2.26. Cool. So essentially that's all we care about right over here. The Mango Grove currently, Bitcoin's price and Link's price. All other coins can pretty much be damned. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at Bitcoin USD right over here. I was looking at the weekly just before I started this video, so I did not notice Bitcoin take a leg down. 6,644 now. Good for me though, right? Good for me. We can look at the 1 hour, see what's going on over there. We'll come back to the high time frames. I do think that it's prudent to be sticking to the high time frames, especially if you are new to trading, right? This allows you to stay a little bit safer, because Bitcoin's price action around here, guys, has been choppy to say the least. But we do have a few things to learn from all of this. And as you guys can see, yeah, Bitcoin was sitting at 6,702 just an hour ago, and now taking a leg down again to 6,600. Is this weak or is this strong? Okay, that's what we are looking to answer in today's video. Let's go back on to the 4 hour time frame and discuss what we were looking at yesterday. And if you guys do remember, in yesterday's video we said, hey, Bitcoin is giving mixed signals, right? On the mid time frames, on the daily, on the 12 hour, it was looking strong, but on the lower time frames it was looking weak, right? It looked like it wanted to take a leg down. So mixed signals. What did Bitcoin do right after? It had mixed price action, taking a leg down and taking a leg up, all in the same candle. There's a lot that's confusing about this price action over here, but as confusing as it is, it's also very interesting. So let's do this. Let's go ahead and break this down to the 1 hour time frame, and I do want to show you guys that, hey, while the 4 hour looked a little bit clunky, the 1 hour did tell a story. It was a little bit clearer, and you guys may have been looking at this, or I have it already drawn, as a possible symmetrical triangle, and you wouldn't be wrong, right? You wouldn't be wrong. And this broke on over to the upside. Okay, doesn't matter how you draw it, guys, it doesn't need to be perfect, but because some people are like, oh my god, Sean, your lines are wrong. Okay, there you go. Do you feel better, man? Do you feel better? Okay, so this broke onto the upside, right? And what does this do? It baits a lot of traders, and we've talked about this so many times in our entire journey since, like, from 3.8k all the way up to 40,000, all the way down. How many times have we seen something like this, right? Where Bitcoin puts in a perfect formation only to do what? Okay, and if you guys are in the seed program and have watched the order flow and the support, okay, the combination of the support and resistance module, the order flow module, and the risk management module, okay, this is where, if you guys understand those concepts properly, okay, you don't need anything fancy, just those core concepts to understand how you can actually protect yourself from getting hunted in a move like this, whether you are short already and this being a liquidity hunt, we'll talk about that in a bit, or getting baited into a trade for a breakout. Okay, you can protect yourself against that. And if you take it one step further, you can actually use this to your advantage. And this is where I want to give our major props to Trader Fraser, because he depicted this really, really clearly, a comparison in the private seed chat, and he did it really, really well. And I want to go ahead and show you guys what he was talking about, but I'm not going to be able to do it because I don't have. I could do it over here, but no, I'm just going to show it to you guys one by one. So you can see that, hey, Coinbase over here. Look at the highs. Okay, look at the highs on this upthrust to the top over here. We had a high of around 6,990. And over here, what was the high? 6,990 as well, right? But let's go on to a chart that has margin trading. Okay, why margin? Because margin exchanges have more liquidity stops to be hunted. Okay, so let's go ahead and find something like BitMEX, and yep, BitMEX is right over here. And you will see, okay, if TradingView decides to load, come on. Okay, there you go. Look at the high over here, okay, on the same upthrust, and look at the high on BitMEX. The high was actually exceeded, right? Now, usually when you see something like this, it's like, hey, we've swung higher, right? This is a break of the high over here, so we are likely going to go higher. But we know better, right? At Mango, we are a little bit smarter. This is why I always ask you guys to think like how an institutional player would play. Think how a big player would be playing this market, and how he would be using this to bait in a lot of traders. And this is a perfect example of that, guys. Right over here, getting all those stop losses of traders who are like, you know what, I'm going to be shorting right over here. I'm going to be shorting somewhere around here. I'm going to put my stop over here. Okay, I'm going to be a smart ass and put my stop over here. And what do? We come up, take those stops, and dump back down immediately, right? Which is why, okay, I've given you guys a proper technique, okay, on different scenarios on how you could dodge a stop like this, and what I think is the best way to be placing a stop if you are trying to dodge a stop like this. Okay, you guys, and I'm referring to those of you who are on the seed program, of course, out of respect for them, I don't want to give out everything over here, but there are ways. If you just think about it, guys, if you just think about things through a more holistic approach and not just trade like other people just trade black and white. Things are not black and white. Okay, things are not black and white. You have to be playing chess while everybody is playing checkers. All right, guys. So this kind of move, you can protect yourself against it from getting hurt too badly at the very least. Okay, at the very least you can do that, or you can take it one step further where, for example, a guy like Trader Fraser, he understands these concepts so well that he can use it to his advantage. Now, people will be giving these concepts fancy names like swing failure pattern, blah, 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 but you don't need to remember any of those names, right? You just need to understand the concepts and you can use it to your advantage. Because let's say you're a trader over here and you're thinking, okay, cool. There's probably traders that got stuck in this breakout trade right over here, okay? There's probably traders that got stuck in this breakout trade over here where they entered the trade hoping to see further continuation up to 7,000, 7,400, especially if you're looking at, where were we? On Coinbase, right? Okay, I can just draw it over here. We're looking at this as asymmetrical triangle. I think the measured move was something like 7,500 at the very least. I'm not sure, okay? It doesn't matter, but we're looking for further continuation, right? All of them were, they go long here, right? They go long over here. So what are they doing, guys, when they go long? They're borrowing assets from the exchange, okay, to be able to sell it higher, okay? So they're borrowing the asset at the current price and they want to sell it higher, and they keep the dollar difference, okay? So that's going long. Yesterday we explained an example of what it means to go short, right? So here is an example of what it means to go long. So you're margin trading, and you have we have people who have their short stops over here, okay, and then we have people who are going to be breakout buyers over here. So what is that? For somebody who's trying to get liquidity, that is a ideal spot to be bringing a price so that he can sell, right? So that is very, very telling. And you as a trader who's watching the chart, you see this, and then you see the follow through immediately where the guy sells, the big players are selling. And this candle right here, guys, where we not only got sold into immediately, but we took out these lows over here, okay? And more importantly, we closed this candle right under these guys over here. Now what would have been even more brutal was if we took out this low over here, but we did not do that. That's what I was looking for. But we closed this candle underneath these horizontals, so it looked really, really strong for a follow through to the downside, because all these traders who went long over here, guys, they are trapped, okay? They are trapped. And what do they need to do to get out of their trade? They need to sell, right? They need to sell their position, because remember, they borrowed assets from the exchange to be able to take advantage of the possible breakout. So what happens, guys? If they are selling, they are borrowing over here. Let me thin this out. They are borrowing over here and they are selling over here. So you would expect downward price action, right? You'd expect follow through to the downside. Let's go on over to the 4-hour time frame. And you will see that this candle over here is exactly that, right? You basically took, this is a very, very good example of what people would call an SFP. I don't subscribe to those kind of terms because I don't want to confuse people over here. I don't want to get too technical. To me, you guys know terminology means little. What matters more is the psychology of what's happening, the market participants that are playing, and how you need to understand what the market participants are doing and how you can use it to your advantage, right? So people are trapped and you'd expect them to sell and see follow through towards the downside. But this is where it gets really, really interesting. And this is where price action gets even more confusing for traders. But price action doesn't need to be clear cut all the time, right? You need to wait for the situations that are clear and play those. Don't always need to be in a trade. I am still in my trade right now, but I'm not recommending that you guys try and play this over here. But this is interesting, right? What happened? We did not see that follow through. We had traders, maybe people are getting out of their trades. You'll never really know, but it was clearly being bought back, right? Because you saw follow through to the upside. Going back onto the 1 hour, this is where it gets interesting. We basically closed a candle back over those candle closes on the 1 hour time frame, right over here. And we saw follow through the upside. So this is where like, holy crap, man, what is going on? But as soon as you see follow through the upside, what are we seeing over here? Sell pressure, okay, sell pressure. So this begs the question, were the traders who got dumped on right over here so confident that they were like, you know what, we can wait to see, we'd rather wait to get out at a better price. Okay, they have that confidence to get out at a better price. Why? Because the sellers were not able to see that follow through to apply pressure on them, and that is the story that I get from this, right? Usually, if the sellers had enough selling power to push price down lower and lower, at least underneath this wick, because that's what I would be doing. That's why I was looking at this wick, by the way, guys, just a few minutes ago, and I was like, oh, actually did not take out that wick, because while I was watching all of this, I was watching it on my phone. It's harder to garner the actual lows. I was looking at this wick and I was really surprised because I thought this low got taken out and we did not see follow through, but this low did not get taken out, right? So that's probably what traders were waiting for. Now you, as a trader playing chess, watching on the sidelines, you could have been looking for that too, because if I saw that and I was stuck in the trade, I'd be getting out of my position, because what I'd be seeing is sellers applying pressure on me that, hey, I'm taking losses, and you can't just sit in your losses. At one point you have to pull the freaking trigger, pull the rug, and be like, all right, that's it, I'm out. Okay, you're either going to get hard stopped out, or you're going to have to pull the trigger on yourself and get out of the trade. And you guys know how we like doing it over here in Mango. We always have a hard stop, especially if you're out of the house, not in front of your computer. But me at least, most of my trades, 99% of my trades, I'm getting out of the trade manually. I'm always getting out of my trade manually. That's how I set up everything. If you guys have watched the risk management module, use the tool sheet and use the risk management indicator that I've given you guys know exactly how I pull that off, because everybody's been waiting to find out how do you pull that off, Sean? Well, now you guys know. You guys have the secrets to my entire edge. Okay, and that's another way I really know Trader Frazier is one of the best traders I personally know. Like really knows what he's talking about. Probably better than anybody else I know. Why? Because as soon as I put out that module, he said, you have a trader over here who has given out his entire edge to you guys. And he was able to identify right off the bat, after watching the module himself, that this guy's given out his entire edge. And that's what I've done. And I've no I'm not shy about hiding my edge, because I know that if you guys actually sit through 5.5 hours of content to actually understand that stuff, you guys deserve it. Okay, it's not about, I'm not trying to hide anything, but at the same time, the amount of effort and readings and study and pain I have felt similarly on the charts. Okay, I've gone through years of freaking pain to figure it all out. Why would anybody give that out cheaply and for free, right? At the very least, put in the freaking effort. And if you guys put in the effort and the time investment, you guys will have everything. And you guys can do this for a living, right? And guys, this is the advantage of figuring this out in the charts. Like, I am not stressing at all in regards to this coronavirus thing, because I know I can make a living out of this. Nobody can tell me, hey, don't come to work for the next 3 months, don't worry, the government will take care of you. Man, I'd be losing my mind if I was relying on that. And if you guys are relying on that, I'm not trying to put you guys down in any way, but right from very, very, very early into my 20s, I realized that I cannot be relying on any company to be giving me my paycheck. I cannot be relying on any government to be giving me employment insurance. Man, in Canada, oh my God, I'm not going to get into a rant on that, but that EI thing, apparently I couldn't claim EI unless you get fired. This is a really funny story, and I really hope I don't get into trouble for this. But I was actively trying to get fired from my job so that I could claim EI, and they wouldn't fire me. I was actually trying to get fired. So I was looking through the Canadian thingy, and I was like, man, I gotta get fired. I can't just claim EI, because I wanted to do this, right? I wanted to take time off to take this very, very seriously. I wanted to do my own thing, and for that, well, I wanted to supplement my life with some more income. I had my savings in already. I'm not stupid, but still, hey, if I could claim EI, why not, right? I was unemployed. I would be unemployed. I guess it's fair, blah blah blah. But anyways, that's a discussion for another time, a rant for another time. Going back to what we were talking about, we were looking for this follow through, and we did not see it, right? In fact, what do we see? We see a move to the upside, and then these guys are probably getting out of the trade. I really think that this candle over here were people getting out of the trade who tried to play this breakout over here on the 1 hour time frame. That's what I'm seeing, and I want to talk about this today to use this time where Bitcoin is pretty much doing effery before it decides to make a move, to educate you guys on some theoretical concepts that I don't usually get to talk about. Now again, there's only so much time that I can spend on this on our daily videos. It's why there's each of those modules are very investing follow through right now. Come on, Bitcoin, do it, dump it. I'm sorry, I don't want to get too excited. Let's go on over to, I do want to show you guys an example of where we did see something like that, right? Go on to, oops, I think it's better seen on the 4 hour time frame. Was it over here? Nope, it was this one over here. So right over here, I do believe it was right over here. Nope, it was this guy over here. So if you guys can see, right, if you were playing this right over here, and you hide all the price action, where would you be looking for a breakout? Well, people would be probably looking at this, especially if you go on to the lower time frames on the 1 hour something, looking at this as a falling wedge, right? That look at the F3 that happened over here. I don't want to go on to the 1 hour because I'm scared trading will not load. It's being finicky, but I'm going to do it anyways. But we probably had a falling wedge over there, right? Baited all the breakout bars to the bottom. Very, very similar. Jeez, it's very, very similar. I should have right over here, I believe. Come on, see, it doesn't load, man. It doesn't load on the lower time frames. There's way too many people at home looking at the charts. I think TradingView servers are a little bit too clogged. Come on, is that it? No, it's not loading. Annoying, very, very annoying. Okay, let's go back on to the 4 hour. Apologies, guys, apologies. So yeah, anyways, if you look at it on the 4 hour, you can see that, hey, there was probably a falling wedge over here, baited all the breakout bars to the bottom. Okay, so what, they got liquidity to buy into, okay, got a better position, got liquidity to buy into, pushed it up to the upside over here, got that liquidity to sell into, okay, got even a better position, and boom, 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 boom. What happened over here? This is an example of trap traders, a very, very good example of trap traders, because all the traders over here, this was double F3, man. This was actually pretty bad. Actually, thank God I wasn't trading aggressively during this time. Thank God for Krisha's birthday. I'm not sure whether I would have got caught in this, but I always assume the worst in me, so that way I get protected moving forward. I can be like, okay, damn. Always assume the worst in you when you're back testing stuff, guys. This is a quick tip. You'll understand why later. But look at this. This is a perfect example, right? You beta traders over here, took out the low over here, and then applied pressure on them. And then at one point, they just had to capitulate their positions and be like, F it, I can't take this loss anymore. Sell, 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 sell. What happens? More and more traders start capitulating out of their positions. Traders that are playing the monthly, the daily, this was massive. Kept applying the pressure, kept applying the pressure, kept applying the pressure. At one point, hedge funds also had to just be like, that's it, we got to get out, man. This could get bad, all right? And you are seeing examples. Just to do a quick Google search, a lot of cryptocurrency hedge funds had to close doors. Okay, so a lot of ranting over there, a lot of stuff that has nothing to do with today's price action. Bitcoin actually taking a nice leg down, sitting at 6,588, and we can go ahead and talk about what's going on now. We can switch on over to the 1 hour time frame if trading view decides to load. And oh my, okay, phew. Okay, so what is going on over here? What is going on over here? Is this distribution or is this accumulation, right? You could say either. Maybe I am not one to press on that notion that, hey, this is accumulation, hey, this is distribution. I really don't think that is safe. Okay, I think people who sit and try and post on Twitter, post on Reddit, post on wherever, and say, see, I told you so, I don't know whether they survive long term as traders, because when you start getting too cocky about whether you think something's accumulation or distribution, especially if you're trading it, you're not going to survive, man. You don't really know. How could you? There's so much that could happen. What I can tell you is that, hey, if you look at the daily, this is where things get interesting, right? Yesterday we were looking at the daily 21 EMA and say, hey, Bitcoin closed above that. But is this a trap? And here we have the daily time frame, and you can see this 21 EMA, this yellow line over here. Bitcoin closed above it 2 days ago. Yesterday, it looked like Bitcoin was going to confirm above it. We were looking for that retest of the Tenkin. We often do get that, but was Bitcoin going to close above it? It did look like that, right? So when you look at the 4 hour time frame, even though it's confusing, you can see that, hey, it was the bears defending against the 21 EMA confirmation. Now you're getting a better story, right? So now this might be telling you, perhaps this is distribution. Perhaps the bears were willing for price to come up above over here to get some more liquidity to sell into, but now the bears are defending against 21 EMA. They're using the 21 EMA as their resistance line to sell into and keep the price underneath there, because hey, we did look like we are going to have that breakout to the upside. We did even actually say we might come and test the Kijun. On the BitMEX chart, I would consider this a test of the Kijun. We also even took out all these stops over here, so this is not looking pretty on the daily anymore, especially if we can confirm this candle underneath the daily 21 EMA today. So this would actually this would twist the look. Now if you guys are watching the mango ribbon tutorial videos, I will be posting a new one today. Well, Krisha will be posting the next video today. I will also be posting the next video in the series where I'll be talking about a few of the concepts on moving averages and exponential moving averages. But I do want to touch on something a little bit over here. Look at this exponential moving average of 21 EMA. You guys can see how it is flattening out. While we may want the Tenkin and the Kijun to flatten out so we can play off those levels on the Ichimoku setup, on your moving averages, you do not want that. You do not want that. So initially when we did see this was a plus point in the favor of the bulls. All right, this was a plus point in the favor of the bulls. And why is it a plus point in the favor of the bulls in this situation? More on that in the videos that will be coming up on the mango ribbon tutorial series. Oh, by the way, the mango ribbon is completely free. All you have to do is follow the instructions. But what we don't appreciate is the very rude comments we've been getting underneath in the comment section for absolutely no reason at all. And to those people, we will not be giving access. Why? Because we reserve the right to do that. And if you guys think that you can leave rude comments when we are going out of our way to explain these concepts from our own time and give you guys access to an indicator for free as well, you don't have to use it, right? It's a convenience indicator, blah blah blah. But if you guys think you guys can do that and get away with it, and we won't know your email ID, and still, and this is the funny thing, these guys are leaving these really ugly comments, and then they come up to me on Telegram or email and ask for access to the ribbon. I mean, wow, the audacity, man. It's surprising. People actually baffle me. Okay. Wow. And it's not that any of this affects me at all in a negative way. I know it is the internet, but it's just funny that you think you can do that, and get away with it and still get something out of it. It's just, okay. It's one thing to get away with it. You're going to get away with it. It's the internet, but to expect something on top of that as well. Oh man, funny. So going back to what you're talking about over here. Now this is a bearish look for now it's turned into a look that is leaning towards the bears. Okay, so initially it was a look that was favoring the bulls when we started having this, but now it's beginning to turn around. It's beginning to turn around. So in the next video on the series, I'll be talking about this a little bit more. Where do we come from here though? And that's where I'm not clear on, guys. That's where I'm not clear. If we take out, I really think that we may actually come and test this 10 SMA over here, 6,179. Again, will that have cascading effects? If you go on to the 12 hour, the 12 hour was also looking very, very bullish a couple of days ago, but this candle right over there has really confused me as to what price really wants to do. Now I'm still in my trade, and I'm basically, I did take a little bit more profits. When we saw this candle yesterday, I was not at home. The first candle on the 4 hours, I wasn't at home, so I wasn't able to act on it, but I don't think I would have, because I would have probably been looking for follow through. But right after we saw no follow through, I did take a little bit more profits because I was expecting follow through to the upside, right? But price is just kind of stuttering over here. It could go either way. The daily makes me think, the high time frames are now, the mid time frames are making me think that we go to a downside. You can see we're using Kijun as resistance on the 12-hour time frame. Let me take a sip of this. So now the lower and the mid time frames are beginning to come into confluence, and that's what you want. As soon as we see a confirmation underneath the Kijun on the 12 hour over here, again, I think I'm going to be looking for further downside back on over to the 6,300 level yet again. So this trade is taking its time to play out, but it may play out. On the flip side, hey, maybe you guys are looking at this as a bull flag, right? You can see it right over there. So there's a narrative for every situation, and when you're not sure, guys, as to what trade to take, just don't take any trade, right? You have your bull flag right over here, right? You could say that, hey, maybe this goes all the way to the upside, this breaks on to the upside, and you wouldn't be wrong. You wouldn't be wrong. Okay, the only reason I'm still in this trade is because I'm already sitting in profits, and I've taken some profits already, but this could turn up against me, and I'll have to get out of the trade. So this points again to 8,000, and we did have that target for yesterday's video as well, right? So it's not easy at all over here. That being said, I am leaning bearish. Overall, macro, I'm leaning bearish. I actually did sell spot. Okay, just to give you guys my outlook on the markets right now, I actually did sell spot twice now at around the 6,800, 6,900 region. Okay, I'm selling spot. You guys knew what I was doing on the previous cycle, right? But the previous phase of Bitcoin, I was actually buying on these dips. I was actually looking to buy Bitcoin. Now I'm actually looking to sell Bitcoin, and I do want to talk about this a little bit, guys. You might have a lot of very, very excited Bitcoin traders who are watching Bitcoin have these moves over here, and they might be telling you, man, you hold on to your Bitcoin, and that's fine. Okay, hold on to your Bitcoin, but hold on to your Bitcoin on your prerogative. Do not let anybody make you feel bad about selling. You know why? Because you don't know their financial situation. They might be very, very well off financially. They might have amazing jobs that they're still holding on to because they're working from home, and it's very easy for all of those guys to say, hold on to your Bitcoin, we're going to go to the moon. They have less. You don't know. Maybe they are being stupid too. You don't know, but you have to take care of your financial situation, your family. What is your overall outlook for the next 1 year? And this is one of the situations, guys, that we're living in now, the conditions of the financial market, where you have to be considering 1 year outlook. Think about things 1 year down the line, and how much of your portfolio are you willing to risk in the current market, right? How much of your portfolio do you want to keep in Bitcoin? At the moment, it is not an easy decision to be making, not an easy decision at all, but you have to be considering your financial situation right now. Do not let anybody tell you that we are going to go to the moon and you're going to be stupid if Bitcoin goes, you're going to feel stupid if Bitcoin goes to 20,000, 200,000 and you sold your Bitcoin. There's going to be a lot of time to get back into the market. I'm not saying, hey, sell everything, we're going to see. I'm not saying that at all. I don't know what Bitcoin is going to do, man. As a trader, as an investor, you got to hedge against situations. Are you considering the possibility that we actually go down to 1.9k, 3k? Are you relying on Bitcoin staying around here to be able to feed yourself? Are you going to be able to stomach that situation, right? Think about all of that, guys, because we are, as well as Bitcoin is doing right now, the way I'm reading the market is that we are living in such uncertain times right now that any investor is going to be looking to reduce risk and not want volatility. All right, if you were playing with millions and billions of dollars, would you be looking to get into an asset in current environment that is fluctuating 10% up, 10% down? Bitcoin's actually having candles that's going 10% up. This between 2 days, between these days right over here. Okay, we're looking at the 12-hour candle, so a 12-hour time frame. So this is just pretty much 2 days. Bitcoin went 22% up and then went 20% down. Okay, if you are a player with big money and you are playing with volatility adjusted risk, you are not going to be putting big money into this asset. I do not see it. But hey, maybe I'm missing something big, right? Maybe I'm wrong about this, but I am going to be playing my portfolio, my entire portfolio right now, okay, not just my Bitcoin, across all my assets, based off the information I understand and what I can play off. Because if I understand it, I know where I'm wrong about my understanding, and I can just reverse direction, right? So think about that, guys. Like the Bitcoin, even the Bitcoin that I have no qualms selling over here. It's pretty much the Bitcoin and some that I made from this major move that we caught to the upside, right? We are patient through this entire dump towards the downside, very patient, and then caught an amazing trade from around 3600, 3700, because Deribit was being very generous to us, and the futures on September, which were trading at a $400, $350 to $400 discount, were now selling at a premium somewhere around here, right? So basically taking those profits off and just cashing them in for the possibility that, hey, you know what, Bitcoin may come down over here and I can retake that position. Why the hell not? If Bitcoin comes up over here, I'm not going to be thinking in this situation, I'm not going to be thinking that, hey, I lost Bitcoin. No, I'll be thinking I made USD. Okay, in these market environments, I'm looking at what is stable. Okay, because I do this for a living, guys. Okay, maybe you don't, maybe you have a full-time job, but I need to be thinking years out ahead. As a trader, you always need to be thinking like that, because can't be having moon boy kind of thoughts all the time. You can be having those ideas for sure. I am looking towards Bitcoin going to $200,000, and I do think that day is coming, but we have to think about the entire macro situation that's going on right now. And there's been a bid for the US dollar for months now. I've been showing you guys, and let's go ahead and just look at an example. Let's look at AUD USD. This is okay, there you go. Wanda is what I like to use. And because USD should see USD paying should see, there you go. Yeah, I was expecting a pullback sooner than later, but look at this. Look at the AUD. These are currencies that I've been keeping track of for my own personal reasons. AUD, the NZD as well. You guys can probably guess right why, because I've been considering moving to these countries. I like sunny, quiet, green places. But yeah, like I've been keeping an eye on these things, and it's the USD is not a bad place to be, guys. USD is not a bad place to be. You are literally making value by holding USD. So do not get too. Your job is to be protecting your family, man. Always be protecting your family, and being able to put food on their plates, a nice roof on their heads, right, is one of your jobs as well. Okay, and it's not like you have to sell all your Bitcoin. I'm not saying sell your Bitcoin. You know what, I'm not getting, none of this is financial advice. I am a moron. I do not know what I'm talking about at all. Everything I've said in the past 5 or 10 minutes is very uninformed. I have no accreditation at all when it comes to any of this stuff. Do not listen to me. So what else do I want to look at? Bitcoin, anything? Link, of course. Link, let's go ahead and look at Link. Actually, let's go ahead and actually give some targets, right, for Bitcoin. It pretty much just ranted today. As for targets, I'm not sure on anything towards the upside, and towards the upside, we can, if we do have a major breakaway, guys, we're looking for a daily candle about 6,900. Okay, are we on the daily? I think we are on the daily. Yes, we're looking for a daily candle to start closing about 6,900, 7,000. If we start doing that, that's when basically these guys over this entire zone, right, is major resistance, which is why it's been a very confusing area. This entire zone here, major resistance. Okay, we start closing candles above this box over here, above this yellow box. You can see we're using that as support right now. So perhaps we start consolidating within this box sideways, and that will be the biggest FU. After Bitcoin gave us so much volatility, perhaps that's what we deserve, just sideways action within this box, and then I'll be more comfortable going long on the break over here. Right now, this is looking very dangerous because Bitcoin is rebottoming up and breaking back into this. That I just don't see it, man. Doesn't make too much sense to me, but it could happen. We could all go all the way up to 8,000 in that regard, right? So towards the upside, we do have targets. First target would be around 7,500 to 7,400. So 7,000. We do have monthly 21 EMA coming in around those levels too, 7,300, right? So perhaps this is that a test of the monthly 21 EMA, but came as close as we could, 7,000ish, and then down after that, perhaps. But we're sitting against resistance, right? So what is our support towards the downside? Well, we have this major area over here that I don't seem to have marked. 6,000, nope, that's not it. It's this guy here, 5,818, and I do like 5,681 as well. So we can go ahead and mark that zone. 5,656-ish. But the major area, guys, the major wick that we'll be looking for is 5,647. This low over here, that is going to be key. If we lose that low, I think we're coming back down to the green line over here at 5,577. Losing this low is not going to be good. What the bulls want to do, okay, what the bulls want to do right now is, actually, I'll pull up my drawing tools. Where are you? Right over here. Where are you? It's lost. Where are you? Oh, it's right here. Okay, there we go. Let's delete everything. Okay, so what the bulls want to do is defend this low over here. Okay, so in order to do that, we'll have something like this perhaps. Okay, so even if they do come down, they have a lot of room to come down and then try again. Okay, and that is going to be a clearer picture for me. Okay, so that's what I'll be looking for the bulls. If they defend a higher low, if they can do that and not come somewhere around here, I do not want them to come into the zone over here, because that again will be like, then do we push up to make something like this? Okay, then what does that show you then? What does that show you? A possible head and shoulders formation, and then we can be looking towards lower lows, right? By lower lows, I'll be looking underneath the zone over here. Perhaps not take out this low over here, but in terms of candle closes, I do think we could come down over here, have a bearish picture, and then try again. Eventually, I am bullish in Bitcoin. So that is my view on Bitcoin with the information I have right now. I need more information, and I cannot give you guys any conclusive ideas just yet. All right, these are where my thoughts are leaning towards. These are the major areas. We are against a major area right now. We do not need to be taking longs in this area. Just wait for the daily, wait for the weekly time frames, and do the mango way, do it the easy way, right? Very similar situation with Link, right, guys? Link, we're looking at that major blue box. I'm not sure whether we have come up to test it recently. Let me take a sip. I don't have much left. Turn on our horizontals. There we go. And it's going sideways. Tested this again yesterday. Can we have that up thrust to the upside and test it properly? Link is reliant on Bitcoin right now. Link is very reliant on Bitcoin. So let's see how Link BTC is doing. Perhaps it's faring better considering Bitcoin is kind of going down and Link has been going sideways. Yeah, you could say that. Ooh, did we lose it? Okay, what we want Link to do is close about that yellow zone on the weekly, on the BTC chart. Otherwise, Link BTC is going down. Yeah, we lost that last week. So this is what I was wondering about when we talked about this last week. Like, we closed slightly underneath, but it's not convincing. Still not convincing for me. In fact, I can adjust this line slightly. Did we close? Yeah, we still close underneath. Close above here, had the up thrust. Close underneath, not having the down thrust, not yet. Using the line as resistance. This BTC chart is beginning to make me worry. We double bottomed off this over here. That is a good sign, but we need to see follow to the upside. Let's go ahead and look at the lower time frames for this. Trading view, taking its time. There we go. And clear picture, much clearer picture over here. Up thrusting back on over to the upside and closing above it, using that as support. Okay, so we're using it as support on the 4-hour time frame. The weekly looked like it was using it as resistance, but hey, Bitcoin, is it going down? Bitcoin is going down. Not fast enough though, not for my liking. Let's see how that plays out, but yeah. Link needs to be closing 4-hour candles above the zone over here. This Link, okay, so 1.53%. This was this candle right over here. So as Bitcoin goes down, if it does go down on its USD pairing, and we see Link hold its USD pairing instead, that's going to be a sign of strength to me. Okay, that's going to be a very good sign of strength. So that's what we want to see if we are looking for Link to be bullish even after all of this is over. This is going to be very key. If Link BTC can hold its consolidation above that major ascending triangle that we've been looking at. If you can hold this level after all of this is said and done, no matter what Bitcoin does, Link is going to be bullish in my opinion. Okay, so this is looking really good, the fact that it stayed here nonetheless. So that being said, guys, this video is probably like what, 40-45 minutes long. Anything else I do want to cover? Let's go back onto Bitcoin USD. I'll just end the video off looking at the lower time frames, which is something I do not suggest. You can see we're consolidating within that. Perhaps this is distribution, right, within this yellow box territory. Perhaps it is. The big sign would be taking out this low over here, 6,470 on the lower time frames. But again, if you guys want to keep it simple, guys, just look at this low over here, 5,677. That's how far away we are. I would get bearish underneath that, 13%. But hey, Bitcoin has done 13%, 20% moves in one single day. So maybe it'll happen sooner than later. The volatility is what you need to think about, okay? Volatility is what you need to think about by far. My name is Sean Dexter. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Throw it a like, throw it a subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.